There's something magical about cooking, isn't there? In fact, I would say it's almost like alchemy. You take all these disparate ingredients and you put them all together, and through the application of heat or cold or a ton of other different mechanical processes, you create something that is greater than the sum of its parts. I honestly think cooking is one of the most rewarding things that you can do. And in a day and age when most people just get their food delivered to their front door, it's really becoming a lost art. But I think if you take the time to source some good ingredients, you consider the process of actually cooking, and most importantly, you enjoy it, then you can really end up with something magical. I dare say sublime. And that's what I tried to do today. I have been trying for years to match the quality of my dad's spaghetti alle Vongole, and while I'm close, I'm not quite there yet. But I figured, hey, you know what? I finally got a free Saturday. I don't got too much on my plate, so let me just head out with the missus. We'll grab some fresh ingredients and we'll whip the dish up and see how it turns out. So in a slight departure from what we usually do here, I hope you enjoy my little adventure today trying to make the best spaghetti alle Vongole. Okay, so the name of the game right now is to head to Fairview Mall and gather all the essential ingredients for some delicious spaghetti alle Vongole, and also grab some shoes because mine are absolutely destroyed. And if I step in a puddle, I am a goner. So catch up with you guys in just 1 second when we get there. All right, so we just pulled up at Fairview Mall. There is a really good Chinese grocery store in here where I can usually get really nice pasta clams. Sometimes the manila clams are actually really good and very juicy as well. So we'll see what we can pull up. And then in the meantime, I can deal with the bad footwear situation as well. What'd you get?
Strawberry cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake? Okay. Give me a bite.
Oh my god. Strawberry juice.
One down. Okay. Now the question is, do we get these guys who are not looking too hot, or do we get the manila clams? Last time we got the manila clams. Okay. All right. So I think we want a good amount. Can't get any. Yeah, no dead ones. No ones with the foot sticking out already if I can avoid it. I think this should be enough.
2 more.
2 more? Okay, let's go. Rock and roll.
We love this.
We do enjoy it. We do enjoy it. Okay. Should be looking good to me. Okay, there we go. Done. Okay, so mission success. We got some fat manila clams, we got some fresh garlic, and I got my kicks. So we're gonna be making a quick detour to Italy right now to get some fresh jams and stuff that the missus likes. But yeah, we're well on our way to a delicious bowl of spaghetti alle Vongole. There we go. So I guess the Italy's right here on the corner. All right. Okay, so a quick sidebar. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Italy is a very popular, I guess you could say upper scale grocery store chain. We actually had them in Italy, funny enough. In my hometown, Forlì, there was one in Piazza Safi. But now, check it out. We got one here too. It's a little on the pricier side, but the quality of the products is really good. So we'll head on in and see what we can get. It's not bad though. I mean, there's a decent enough selection, I guess. It's like about as tiny as it gets though.
For the mixed and the regular.
Okay, throw them in, I guess. Strawberry and mixed berry.
Yes.
Okay. Did you want to try anything else? There's the lemon marmalade. Do you want to try that?
What do you like?
People? Or there's orange marmalade, whatever.
Do you eat it with the...
Yeah, same thing. You eat it
it's
with
a
like
jam,
some bread or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, it's a jam basically.
Lemon jam sounds super weird. Maybe orange jam.
Okay. But yeah. Oh, this is cute. Look at this limoncello.
Oh, yeah.
That's very adorable.
This photo is
Oh,
really
근데 비싼. Wow. Could you imagine if my dad saw this? I think he would have a heart attack, right? I'm a little incredibly disappointed. That was definitely like an Italy Express. They had almost nothing. We came away with a little bit. I've got my focaccia and my prosciutto. I'll eat that quickly, and the missus got her jams and her marmalade. So wasn't a totally useless pit stop, but come on, bro. Come on. Also, $63 limoncello. Che schifo. Okay, guys. Quick update. I didn't catch it when I was leaving, but I believe I said you only need clams, parsley, and garlic. Obviously, I'm being dumb. It's been a long day. I need some pasta too, which I do have at home. But most importantly, I forgot that I need some white cooking wine. So we're going to be making a quick detour again at the LCBO. And then I'll finally have everything I need. So just hang tight a little bit longer, okay? My bad. Also, sorry to my darling wife who's been driving me around the whole time for it, but what are you going to do? Okay, wine is secured. The missus is taking selfies. It's about time to rock and roll. There we go. All good, baby, all good. I got it. We are Gucci. Oh, man. Okay, guys, so we're home and we got everything into the kitchen right now. Pasta alle Vongole is actually a pretty simple dish. Somehow my dad manages to make it impossibly delicious, but it really is just a handful of ingredients. So right over here, for example, we have some manila clams. Usually you would use pasta clams, like actual vongole, but they were not looking too hot in the Chinese grocery store, so the manila clams just work out, I think, a little bit better. We tried them once before as well, and they were quite good. So with just a pinch or two of salt in there, that's going to help them kind of spit up some of the nasty stuff, and they can kind of soak there for a little bit. We also have some garlic that we're using for flavor, some pepper flakes because the wife likes it spicy, and then some finely chopped parsley. You could say this is for color, but I actually find it adds a nice little hint of bitterness to the dish as well, which is great. And then we have a Pinot Grigio, which we're going to use as our cooking wine. The drier, the better, I find. This Rufino is a pretty good balance. It can be a little sweet as well, which adds an interesting flavor alongside the clams. And then we just have some regular spaghetti. I could be using linguine or a slightly thicker noodle, but I find for the portion that I like, half a pack of spaghetti does pretty well for the missus and I. So we're going to keep things pretty simple. Essentially, all you really have to do is chuck the garlic, pepper flakes, and depending on how you like the flavor, you can also chop the parsley in right away with a little bit of olive oil. And then essentially that's going to kind of toast everything, if you want to say. It's going to really infuse the flavors into the oil. And then on top of that, we're going to splash in a little bit of the wine. We will, of course, add our clams as well and kind of let them simmer in the juices and absorb everything there. Later on, we're going to extract them for a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of water to the juices. We're going to cook the spaghetti right in there. I like to do everything in one pot just because it's less of a mess, and I find again that the flavors just kind of soak in there a little bit more. And then once the spaghetti is at the right texture, we'll transfer the clams back in and mix everything up together and have what I hope is going to be a fantastically delicious dish. But we will see. So I will get right to it, and you guys get to see me montage it up now as I cook my spaghetti alle Vongole.
Okay, so basically once you get here, you're essentially in the clear. The nice thing about one pot pastas is, of course, again, they don't make too many dishes. This guy, this guy's really, all the additional mess I'm going to make here. But really, this is fantastic because you get to let the pasta not only boil in the water that it needs, but also all of these beautiful juices and that oil that we infused with the garlic and the pepper flakes and the parsley as well. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you don't necessarily have to put the parsley in before. You could save it until closer to the end when you're adding the pasta clams back in. But like I mentioned, I really love the slight hint of bitterness that it brings to the dish. And I think it also does a great job creating this wonderful kind of greeny emulsion. Greeny is not a word. You know what I mean. This wonderful green emulsion that just provides a really nice, delicious, and beautiful touch, I think, to the dish at the end of it. If you've ever seen, I think it was one of the cooking show-offs or showdowns in South Korea with Choi Han-sok. Essentially, what he did for one of his last few dishes was pasta alle Vongole. He put his own spin on it with his own like Vongole-shaped little pastas, but one thing that I noticed was he was also creating this beautiful green emulsion at the end for the dish. So I'm sort of trying to recreate that here, and so far I found it's been a big success. So I'm just going to babysit this for a little more. It's not too much water, just about 750 milliliters. So with whatever juices were in here before and the slight bit of water from the pasta clams as well, this should probably boil down in, I would say, a good 10 or 12 minutes at most. And then really it's just a case of kind of stirring it up until the point where this renders down into that kind of nice emulsion or sauce, if you wanna call it that. And then we'll add the pasta clams back in and we'll be good to go. So I will check back with you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, so we're basically where we're going to want to be with the pasta. I would say this is decently al dente. I'm going to soften it up just a little bit more because the wife doesn't like it too al dente, personally. But right about here is where we do want to be. If you can see, of course, the pasta noodles have really kind of absorbed a lot of the juices in there and fattened right up. And then if I kind of pull these aside a little bit, you can see that there's all this wonderful juice kind of coalescing there. And again, it's got this nice green color, both from, of course, the olive oil itself, but also a little bit leached out from the parsley as well. So this is quite good. So what I'll do momentarily is transfer some of this pasta out to another bowl, and then I'm going to dump the vongole back in here to reduce down with the last of the sauce. So hang tight, and we will cut over to that. All right, so right about here, what I'm gonna do is just do a quick flavor check to see how we're doing. That is pretty good. I think what I will do is just add one teeny pinch of salt right at the end here. It's not really necessary, but you know, because these aren't really coming fresh out of the sea over here, they've been sitting in that grocery store for God knows how long. I just like to add a little bit extra and simulate the taste of the Adriatic that we would normally get out of these guys in Italy. Of course, these are also Manila clams, so they're not going to taste like the Adriatic anyway. But this is the best part right here, honestly. This is just reducing down really nice. We're just gonna maybe turn the heat up a little bit more, and we just want to thicken this up a little bit. Like, this is really, really the best part. If you have a little bit of baguette left over afterwards, it is great to just soak this stuff up and eat it like that. It is an absolute gem. But now with that thickening up a little bit, we'll just add back our pasta clams in, so we can essentially just reheat them and allow a few more of the juices from these guys to seep. So we'll do that, and then we will add these in to the dish shortly.
So at the end of the day, how did it turn out? Pretty damn good. I don't want to tout my cooking skills too much, but I make a mean spaghetti alle Vongole. Was it as good as my dad's though? It's close. It's very close, but it's not there yet. And, at the end of the day, I may just have to chalk that up to the fact that my dad is using vongole that were literally pulled from the Adriatic that morning. There may be something about the water as well, and the fact that, the spaghetti, the quality of it is just generally better in Italy as well. Same thing with the prezzemolo, the parsley, even the garlic, right? The aglio is just... I don't know if it comes down to just the taste of the ingredients themselves and the quality of it. I think with what I'm working with, I've made a pretty damn good dish, but we'll see. I think what I'm going to have to do is do a sequel to this video. The next time I go back to Italy, I'll have to just throw my dad out of the kitchen. I'll have to get the ingredients there, whip it up, and see if I can finally surpass the old man. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it was something a little different than what I usually do, but hey, I think a real Renaissance man should know how to cook anyway. You can add that to your repertoire of skills after all. So on that note, guys, ciao.